Hey guys, this is SJ Football 16 and today I'll be revealing my predictions for week 27 of the Barclays Premier League season 2015 to 16. I'm going to start with the early game kick-off between West Ham United and Sunderland. I think the score in this is actually going to be, thinking about it, 4-1 to West Ham actually. This is because West Ham, they've had a brilliant season, and Sunderland, they are on the verge of relegation it seems, apart from Aston Villa. And I can't see them doing much against West Ham, so it's going to be 4-1, and the score is going to be Enner Valencia with 2, Kouyaté and Alex Song for West Ham, and for Sunderland it's going to be Jermaine Lawn. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Leicester City and Norwich. Leicester are top of the league. Norwich, they are fighting for survival at the moment with the teams like Bournemouth, Swansea, Newcastle and Sunderland. I think the score on this is going to be 1-0 to Leicester. Leicester, they didn't play well against Arsenal. Well, they played alright against Arsenal, but they couldn't get the result they wanted. And Norwich, they've been playing quite decent football this season. But Leicester will end up getting the result in the end because they are more prone to the Barclays Premier League than Norwich are. And the scorer is going to be Robert Hughes, who has proved how deadly he is against Manchester City, so I can't see why he can't do it at home to Norwich. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Southampton and Chelsea. This is going to be interesting, I think. I actually think it's going to be 2-0 to Southampton. Southampton, they won away to Chelsea earlier in the season, so there is no reason why they cannot do it at home. Southampton are usually good against the big teams. We saw them doing against United, Arsenal, and away to Chelsea. So why can't they win at home to Chelsea? I don't see why they can't. Many could argue it's because Jose Mourinho was at the club, but I don't think it really makes much of a difference whether Guus Hiddink or Mourinho's at the club. So its score's going to be 2-0. And the goal scorers are going to be Victor Wanyama and Jay Rodriguez. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Stoke City and Aston Villa. Stoke City are mid-table at the moment, and Aston Villa are bottom of the league. I have no doubt who's going to win this. It's going to be Stoke City. 2-0, I'm going to say, for this one. And the scorers are going to be Mama Biram Diouf will score 2, I think. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Watford and Bournemouth. Both teams were promoted from last season. Watford are doing slightly better than Bournemouth at the moment, but the squad's pretty much the same in terms of ability. I think the score in this is going to be 2-1 to Watford, and the scorers are going to be Barami and Matt Ritchie, because Watford, they've played better this season, and I'm not going to lie, I think they are probably going to stay up in the end this season. Now I'm going to have a look at the late kick-off between West Brom and Crystal Palace. Scoring this, well, this is a game. Pulis visiting his old team again, Crystal Palace. And Palace, they're not doing as well as they're capable of doing this season, but they could still finish mid-table. West Brom, they're playing alright, but it looks they could end up getting relegated even, as it seems. However, I think the score in this is going to be 0-0. Now I'm going to head over to the Sunday kickoff between Manchester United and Arsenal. This is a really big game for Manchester United. Louis van Gaal needs to stay, and Arsenal, they're looking to retain the title for the first time in 12 or 13 years. So, in 12 years. I think the score in this is, I'm going to say, 1-1 I'm going to say, because Arsenal have had a tricky period this time, and it seems like the efforts against Barcelona and Leicester City might have tired them out a bit. So it's going to be 1-1, I think. And the scorers are going to be Chris Smalling for Manchester United, and I think Mathieu Flamini is going to score for Arsenal. And finally, I'm going to end this episode with a game between Tottenham and Swansea. Tottenham, they're in the top 4. at the moment. They're second in the league. They could end up even winning the league title. Swansea, they're fighting for survival, but their new manager is really good. So I think the score is going to be 0-0 in this. So Tottenham, because Tottenham, they're not going to play well in every game. We know that. And Swansea, they've played quite well recently. So I can't see why Swansea can't get a point away to Tottenham. Obviously, Manchester City and Liverpool do not have games this weekend, so that's the end of this episode today. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel. Don't forget to comment on any changes that are necessary. See you guys next week.